Hey guys, I'm Combat Craig and I'm a 100% disabled Desert Storm veteran. Today we're going to be discussing VA ratings due to change of address. You did not update your address and they sent you a rating reduction and you didn't get it and you didn't show up for your exam. Help! All right, so I'm going to start by saying I'm guilty of this as well. The VA doesn't tell you about this. I mean, I'm sure it's listed on the website and stuff, but when you get your rating, you don't really understand. There's not a lot of marketing material and literature, definitely not back in the 90s. Hey, we are going to send you for another exam at some point in the future. It's important for you to have your address updated. I mean, they kind of tell you every time you call them, they want to update it, make sure it's current, but you don't really know why. So I just saw this post and I wanted to go over this and give my thoughts. Before I chime in here with my 2 cents, I want to plug the channel. I created this channel to educate veterans about their VA disability claims, so please hit the like button and drop a comment below. Did you have a rating reduction and your address wasn't updated? Did it just surprise you out of the blue? All of a sudden it just went down. Let me know. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider hitting that subscribe button and you'll be updated when I post a new video. Quick disclaimer, I'm not an accredited agent or affiliated with the Department of Veterans Affairs in any way. I make these videos to educate veterans and they're for educational purposes only. Do not take what I say as medical or legal advice. I'm just going to put the post up here on the screen. So apparently I messed up and missed an appointment. The VA reduced one of my ratings from 70% to 0%. I'm confused on what I need to do on what will probably be a long journey of getting this reinstated. I would be very appreciative of some direction. I'm not saying the VA is at fault. I obviously dropped the ball. Mail was going to the parents' house. Then I bought another house. Mail didn't get updated. So that's it in a nutshell. So this happens. Life happens. Especially if you've had a rating for a long time. You just kind of forget about it, I mean, you get into this mindset. Whatever your battle was like with the VA, at some point you won it to a degree, whether that was good enough or not. Mine is now, took a long time. But, whatever. There was a point where I was happy with my 10% and my 60% once I finally figured out how to get up a little higher. But, I really didn't, I'm not super focused on, I need to update the address because I wasn't seeing the VA for treatment. I was seeing a private doctor. So it can slip your mind if you move or you're renting or whatever, you get divorced or something like that. It's not on the top of your mind and it should be. You are getting these payments and as everything's done through direct deposit, I think back in the day, before direct deposit, people were all over this, addresses being updated. But I think this has become a problem, I don't know, over the past 10 or 15 years more. You just get your direct deposit. They send you, a letter saying they're going to reduce you. You don't get it. And then you're like, oh, shit, now what do I do? What do you do now? First of all, the steps are if you get a rating reduction, the most likely reason they're doing that is the VA did a records review and they think that your disability got better. What's the number one reason they think your disability got better? Because there's nothing in your medical records. You just stopped showing up to the VA. So the VA will look at this and go, oh, okay, well, if he's not coming in for treatment, he must be better. I don't agree with that approach. And I'm not sure if that happens all the time, but I know it happens for sure. So what's supposed to happen is if they propose a rating reduction, they're supposed to send you a letter and you're going to freak out because it's like, hey, we're going to drop this, 70 to 0 or something, whatever it is, it's going to be a financial, blow. So you should appeal it. If you appeal the reduction, it will buy you time. If you do not appeal it, you have 60 days to respond to the reduction, and you're going to need medical evidence. Don't just do it on a buddy letter and, hey, yeah, I still have the problem. This is where we get into that self-diagnosis thing. Like, what are you talking about, VA? In 1995, my foot was a problem. It's still a problem. That's great. You can speak about your symptoms and how they affect you, but you need a doctor to actually, shore up the diagnosis. Yes, the problem's still bad. Actually, it's more severe. You need medical evidence, and that's what medical evidence is. So appeal it. It'll buy you more time to get this sorted out, because it's going to catch you out of the blue, especially if you didn't even know about it because you didn't put in your change of address. All right, so we talked about what's supposed to happen, appeal it, respond with medical evidence. In this particular situation, it just kind of came out of the blue. So great. It went from 70 to 0. Now what? So it probably will be a long journey to get this reinstated. And that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to prove that your disability did not get better. So that still is going to start off with going to a doctor, whether it's the VA doctor or a private doctor or both. You're going to need to start getting treatment again and documenting the severity of your symptoms and building up your medical evidence. And then you're going to have to go back and challenge that rating reduction. There's a number of ways to do it. But at the end of the day, you're still going to need the medical evidence. So go out and get it. That's the way you deal with one of these things. It's easy for me to sit here and say how important it is to, keep your address updated, because I now know how important that is. And even though I'm sitting here at 100% P&T, I'm pretty safe from a rating reduction at this point in my life. But, I don't take that for granted. I treat this like a job. It pays $3,100 a month. I should definitely keep my address updated, keep going to my appointments, keep trying to get better. You're supposed to be in treatment. I'd like to get better, and I'd like to keep the compensation going. So I'm going to do both. So if you got blindsided by the VA, you're still going to fight your rating reduction, right? You don't give up and you don't quit. So it's going to be a journey, possibly, most likely. Definitely going to be a journey getting back into the VA system. Just who knows how long it'll take to get a primary care appointment. And then once you get there, then you're going to need a mental health appointment if that's what, your PTSD rating got reduced or something like that. Are you completely off your meds? So you're going to need to get all that stuff dialed back in. So that's going to be a journey. And once you have some medical evidence built up, then you could go challenge the rating reduction, and you're basically just going to go tell them, hey, I never did get better. I moved. I didn't get the letter. I failed and didn't show up to the C&P exam or whatever. And, get your rating back. That's basically what I have to say. I know that I see this a lot. This blindsides people, and you guys come to the YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that, and it's a little late at this point to actually appeal a rating reduction because you just missed all the dates, but it's not the end of the world. You'll get it back. It's going to take some work, but you'll get it back. And I hate to say it, but lesson learned. You're going to be updating your address from here on out, and that's not like I told you so. I haven't had to fight a rating reduction before, but I treat this like a job. Like I said, I'm always going to have my address updated. So that's my little tip about rating reductions due to change of address. If you need help with your VA claim, you can sign up below at combatcraigwins.com. And I will see you guys in the next video.